It's hot, but I did the best. Being no fight for 4 years, I'm happy for my performance tonight.
You know who's the one that signed? Who's the one they won
To promote on, yeah.
So there's a lot of times where those young fighters get away with wins that maybe should have gone the other way, or maybe a draw, but they still give them the win.
Throw to jail if they don't give it to him right now, because he won. And when I watched it, I felt he won too.
In a recent interview, Manny Pacquiao expressed strong frustration over the outcome of his fight against Mario Barrios, insisting that he clearly won by 8 rounds to 4. He voiced disbelief at the judge's decision, even going as far as calling it a robbery. Supporting Pacquiao's stance, legendary trainer Freddie Roach stated that he too believes Manny won the fight. Roach further emphasized that he wants to see a rematch between Pacquiao and Barrios as soon as possible in order to settle the controversy once and for all.
We had a great fight. Manny fought very well, and he even had a knockdown in there somewhere that didn't get counted. But I thought he won the fight 8-4. But that's the way things go, and we would like a rematch right away, for sure.
Renowned trainer Robert Garcia offered a bold and honest perspective on the controversial draw between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. He highlighted how professional boxing has increasingly shifted from being a pure sport to a business driven by financial interests. Garcia explained that decisions are often influenced by money, with promoters favoring younger fighters like Barrios, who hold more long-term value. In his opinion, a 46-year-old veteran like Pacquiao winning doesn't benefit promoters financially, which may have played a role in the outcome.
Flavio and Eric.
Okay.
And then next weekend we got Duarte in Chicago.
Duarte's looking amazing.
Chop and Art Barrera in San Jacinto, and then we got like 3 guys in Texas.
Very busy.
Yeah.
So Robert, so much to talk to you about. I don't know where to start. So first of all, why do they keep robbing Manny Pacquiao? He got robbed against
I
Bradley.
see the fight, but I heard from everybody that he got robbed.
You trust Paulie Malignaggi. He said they robbed Pacquiao.
Man, you know what?
He got robbed with Jeff
It's
Horn.
actually weird, because you see, like the way boxing is, the business is. I'm not saying promoters, because it's the same thing with the business, where you want, like when you have that one fighter that, like when you have a small young prospect that are signed to, like managers, judges and commissioners, they already know who's the one that signed, who's the one they won.
To promote on, yeah.
So there's a lot of times where those young fighters get away with wins that maybe should have gone the other way, or maybe a draw, but they still give them the win.
The fight was extremely close, with neither fighter clearly dominating. Since Barrios didn't perform strongly enough to earn a decisive victory, the promoters couldn't confidently award him the win. At the same time, they weren't willing to let him lose to an aging legend like Pacquiao, whose career is nearing its end. As a result, declaring the bout a draw became the safest and most politically convenient decision.
Him and Mayweather. Him and Rolly. Yep. Rolly's a big fight.
They're huge fights. And if that fight was close enough, even if Manny would have maybe been losing by a little, give it to Manny. Give it to Manny. So that one was.
He wasn't losing though.
That one was weird for them to give it a draw.
Well, the only reason I thought, which I think is crazy, but it's a total conspiracy, Pizza. The whole world, Manny's so popular, everybody bets on Manny, and the return was great money. So if Manny wins, it's going to cost the casinos so much money. But that's a conspiracy, and I don't believe that.
It's possible.
Boxing analysts widely agree that Manny Pacquiao exceeded expectations, especially considering he was facing a younger, physically prime opponent. Many observers noted that Mario Barrios lacked urgency and failed to display the charisma or aggression expected in such a high-stakes match. In several rounds, Barrios appeared passive, while Pacquiao remained active and continued to press forward. According to analysts, a closer review of those rounds reveals that Pacquiao should have edged them out, as Barrios simply wasn't doing enough to convincingly win them.
Pacquiao did better than I thought he did, and that's like, we get into that weird territory in boxing where you start grading on a curve. That's not how boxing works. And I was like, oh, Pacquiao's doing better. He's probably winning. Oh, he won. But no, he probably didn't. And a draw is he's probably lucky to get a draw.
Yeah, as I was watching it and scoring it, and I was in the live chat with people, and there was just so many rabid Pacquiao fans that were like, every time he did anything, first of all, anytime he did anything in the arena, the place went absolutely bonkers, like it was going to tear down. He, honestly, he probably fought 50 to 60 seconds a round. He did not do much. He didn't need to, because Barrios didn't step on the gas pedal at all, at any point. He was so listless and just kind of like ho-humming through it. So Pacquiao was able to steal moments, and he did a really good job of stealing the end of rounds and making an exclamation point. And also, we saw flashes of the Manny of old when he would have that little like the flourishing signature in the end of something. He'd make that little movement, bang, he'd pop that left hand, he'd fly out, boom, 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 boom. He'd make those little moves, he'd do the fancy feet.
The contrast between Barrios' lack of ring presence and energy and Pacquiao's calculated, determined output raised serious questions about how the scorecards could favor the younger fighter, or even result in a draw. This wasn't just another fight for Manny Pacquiao. A win would have etched his name into the history books alongside legends like George Foreman, who also staged a remarkable comeback late in his career. At 46 years old, Pacquiao entered the ring as the underdog, yet delivered a performance that stunned critics and electrified fans. His movement, energy, and heart echoed the brilliance of his prime. A victory wouldn't just have been a personal achievement, it would have been a monumental moment for the sport itself. A testament to longevity, grit, and greatness. Instead, that moment was taken away, leaving fans feeling robbed of what could have been a legacy-defining triumph.
Yeah, bro, you got robbed last night. And shit, I got robbed last night. We both in the same boat. Last night, Manny Pacquiao got back in the ring, fresh off retirement, and tried to take the belt from Mario Barrios. He's 46, bro. And he was putting belt to ass the whole fight. Draw is crazy. It's absurd. A draw is wild. That's bad business. If Manny Pacquiao won last night, we would have witnessed history. He would have been the oldest welterweight champion ever. And coming fresh off retirement, the first Hall of Famer to come back and grab a title. He's different. Last night, Manny Pacquiao proved, bro, he 1-on-1. Ain't nobody like Manny Pacquiao. Pac-Man is the truth. The truth for real, for real. You can't tell me Pac-Man lost that fight. I'm not going for it. That's cooked. I'm not hearing it. 46. We got robbed, man. Simple and plain. Pac-Man deserved that fight. This draw, it's bad business, man.
One of the most inspiring elements of this fight was Manny Pacquiao's unwavering self-belief. At 46 years old, he stepped into the ring with full confidence in his abilities, not just to survive, but to truly compete. From his sharp footwork and speed to his precise punching, Pacquiao demonstrated that he could still perform at a world-class level. Yet despite everything he showed in the ring, the recognition he deserved was not reflected in the judge's decision. Many believe he did enough to win, but the outcome failed to honor the effort and skill he displayed. It stands as a painful reminder of how, in boxing, age and politics can sometimes overshadow fairness and merit.
The most surprising result from last night was 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao going 12 rounds and drawing against the WBC champion. And the craziest part of all of it might be that Manny Pacquiao might have been robbed. I generally think that Manny Pacquiao might have won the fight. He looked great, he looked sharp, especially for being a 46-year-old. And this is why I told you guys that Manny Pacquiao's mentality is different. His passion for boxing is unmatched. This is why he's one of the GOATs. From what we saw, we can see that he really put in a lot of work, because in his last fight, I believe it was 5 years ago, he didn't look good. He looked slow. He looked like a 46-year-old, well, a 40-year-old, because he was 40 years old back then. But he didn't look good, but he looked great. I feel if the rematch happens against Mayweather, which would honestly be an amazing fight, because they're both old now, so they don't have any excuse of being like, oh, this guy's past his prime. They're both past their prime. They're both old. But if it happens, I think Manny Pacquiao wins. Floyd Mayweather hasn't fought, and he doesn't have the same amount of passion. He fought Logan Paul and Deji, but this guy fought an actual WBC champion and looked great and could have possibly beat him. He said he's not going to stop boxing, and he honestly has no reason why to stop. Now, obviously, I don't think he's like a top 10 boxer right now, or like currently whatever, but he can hold his own. If he went against someone like Gervonta Davis, yes, he'd get murdered, but there's a lot of fighters that he can go toe-to-toe with right now. I don't know, Fall for Sport content, we're about to hit 1,000.